Hello, we're going to make a video, and this video will demonstrate downloading and installing MobaXterm. The video will also demonstrate connecting to an ECE Teaching Lab Linux computer and running gedit, a simple graphical text editor. Okay, first thing we're going to do is we're going to make sure. So if we come down and we click on the services thing, you can see here that we're running Cisco AnyConnect VPN. I'm running from off campus in order for the things that I'm going to be demonstrating to work. You need to connect to Cisco, the Lehigh VPN. The servers and machines that we'll connect to are behind the Lehigh firewall. So therefore you need the Cisco Lehigh VPN in order to be on the Lehigh network. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to come over here and we're going to click on our favorite web browser. And then up here in the search with Google bar, we're going to type MobaXterm. And I'm sorry for the diversion there. I had something pop up from Windows that I wanted to close. MobaXterm download. See what that brings us. Okay, so MobaXterm, mobatech.net. That looks like probably what we're looking for, so we'll go ahead and click. So there's two editions. As a student, you can run the free edition, and let me just make the screen a little bit smaller here. There we go. So as a student, you can run the free edition, and we're going to go ahead and click download now. And when you have the free edition, you can load either the portable edition or the installer edition. We're going to actually go with the installer edition. So we'll go ahead and click on that. And it downloads pretty fast. And the download's complete. My downloads all go into my downloads directory. I could use my file explorer, go into the downloads directory and install it. I can also install it from here with the web browser interface, and I'll just click open file. And there's a file here called MobaXterm installer. Let me click on that and see what happens. Okay. And we're going to go through the setup wizard. I accept the terms of the license agreement. We'll click next. We're going to take default for the installation destination, and then we click on install, and it should go ahead and install. It confirms that I really want to do this. I'll click yes. And wait, retry. Okay, it says the MobaTemp installer .dat file verify. So I'm going to click ignore. Let's see what happens. Okay, it says it completed. So I'm hoping it didn't need that file. So I can go ahead and close these windows. Okay, and you can see here after installing MobaXterm, it put an icon on the desktop. And so my guess is if I come down here to the start flag and I click on the start flag, and then I go up here to all apps, and then if I scroll on down to M, Here's the M section, and there's a little folder that says MobaXterm, so there's probably a couple of things under it. Let me scroll down a little bit more. So there's the MobaXterm. If I click on there, and it looks like if I click where it says MobaXterm, and it has something that looks like the icon on the desktop. If I click on that, that will start MobaXterm. I'm actually going to go up here and click on the desktop MobaXterm, and let's see what happens. Okay, so this is a feature I'm trying to use on the network resources unavailable. Okay, so let's see what happens if I click OK. Let's see what happens if we do it from the Start menu. Click All Apps. We'll scroll down here to the M's. We'll click on that file that says MobaXterm, and then we'll click on the MobaXterm on the Start menu. And that worked. So that's interesting. The desktop icon did not work. Okay, so it's asking for some firewall ports to be opened, and so we'll go ahead and allow access. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to open a new session or create a session. So we're going to go ahead and click on Session, and we want to do an SSH session. And the host we're going to go into will be ece-server05.cc.lehigh.edu. Now notice with this product, we're going straight to the machines that we want to work on. We're not going through any gateways. So I'm going to click on Specify Username, and I'll enter my username. And my username will be, I'm going to use ECE Demo 1. You would use your ECE Teaching Lab Linux platform username. And that would have been what you received when you got your ID for the ECE Teaching Lab Linux platform. And pretty much without exception, it's going to match your Lehigh user ID. So I'm going to go ahead and click OK. And it says it's my first time to connect to the server, and so it wants to exchange the public half of an encryption key. That's pretty much what this is doing. So I'm going to click Accept so the information can be encrypted. And here it's asking for my ECE Teaching Lab Linux platform password that corresponds with my ID. So I'll enter my password. Now notice when you type your password in, you don't see anything going across. So you know, don't panic. It says, do you want to save your password? I'm going to click no. You click yes, that's your choice. I'll just click no, and it logged me in. Okay, now to run something with graphics, there's a program called gedit. And I'm going to put an ampersand at the bottom. That way I get my $ prompt back. And when I run the graphics program. So I'm going to run gedit. Now I'm running this from home. And I do have a respectable line speed. Okay. And what popped up here was a Notepad type of, in Microsoft Windows, they have something called Notepad. This is similar. And so if I go to open a file, I can click on other documents, and it lets me go to other locations. I can go up here to computer. Let's see if there's any project directories open. Well, there's no project directories open at the moment. Come back in here to desktop. About downloads. So it's looking at all files. Okay, so here's a found a file, PDF file, that I really can't open in the gedit program. So that's how you open a graphics program using the MobaXterm, and it's a way to connect into the ECE Teaching Lab Linux platform. And when you're done and you want to exit, you would just type exit, and that will close your session. And then when you want to leave, you can hit terminal, and you can type quit. And so, do I want to close? Yep, I want to close. And that's all there is.